Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm Mackenzie Barr. I wanted to provide an update on the winter weather that we've been talking about. I have our Facebook Live up here, so if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat, and I'll try to get to them as we make our way throughout this little Facebook Live that we're doing here. But hopefully you are having a good Saturday evening, enjoying the calm before the storm, or at least making sure you have a few of those winter weather preps. So want to start with an alert that maybe you saw on social media. I know we've been posting it on our Facebook page. Also, maybe you got on your phone earlier on today, but we do have a winter storm warning. This is for folks in the pink color that you're seeing. That does include Fairfield County, and for folks closer towards our southern areas here in the Columbus metro area under a winter storm watch. And the areas in that pink color that you're seeing, those are the folks that really want to be weather aware as we head into the day tomorrow, as they could see that accumulating snowfall making our way Sunday night into early Monday. So let's break down a few of the specifics that we're talking about. So this system right now still has a while to go, so we could see a few very minor adjustments with the forecast as the system continues to make its journey off to the north. But right now it is sitting off to the south and off to the west, impacting those Gulf states. Folks in even the Memphis area are seeing quite a mess of weather. This is still going to make its way off to the north, going to be impacting folks in the Tennessee Valley. Folks in Nashville are expecting to get 2 to 3 inches of snowfall over the next 24 hours, and then it will make its way into our region here. So we still have a good 24 hours plus to go before we start seeing the impacts of that. Now, a good thing for the rest of the night tonight, or at least the first half of tomorrow, because we still have some calm weather out there over the next few hours. Make sure you have that snow shovel, or at least know where it is, because some folks here in central Ohio are going to need it come tomorrow. And then the snow blower is going to be needed for folks in parts of southeast Ohio, and definitely looking at the chance for some measurable snowfall and definitely plowable snowfall for some as we head into early Monday morning. Now let me walk you hour by hour. Here's a look Sunday at 11:30. You can see things are clear, and you'll actually start off the day with a bit of sunshine out there. Cold, but at least it'll be calm. If you did have to get any last minute errands done, maybe you're running off to the grocery store, still have a few hours to do that. Folks in southeast Ohio, and yeah, you're seeing a little bit of a wintry mix here. We do have the chance, if temperatures remain above freezing, we're expected to get into the mid-30s tomorrow afternoon. And if we do continue to see that throughout the surface into the mid layers of the atmosphere, could get a little bit of that wintry mix early. It is going to be brief because snow is going to enter the region pretty quickly heading into your Sunday night. But there's a look right around 5 o'clock, and we'll start to see that for folks in Zanesville, Athens, and for folks in parts of southeast Ohio. That'll start to move into parts of the Columbus metro area, I'd say after sunset, so closer towards 7, 8, 9 o'clock. We'll start to see a few flurries and some of that snowfall pickup. So on the east side of Columbus, folks want to watch out for that. And then that'll continue overnight into early Monday morning. We'll notice that bulk of a system continue to push out early Monday. A few lingering flurries here, and then we'll start to see some drier conditions as we head into the second half of the day. Here's in terms of that ice that I was talking about, the possibility for some of that freezing rain or even sleet. Now, we're really not expecting much to accumulate here in the Columbus metro area, but it might make things a little bit difficult if you were planning on doing any traveling tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then the farther that you go off to the south and east, you could see the impacts of that a bit more. Again, we're not really looking at anything covering the roadways, but it definitely could make travel difficult. All right, here's the graphic I know you all wanted to see. Here is what we're talking about in terms of accumulation, and the models have become in better agreement. So we are starting to notice these models come into agreement of what we're seeing. So as of this evening, here's what we're thinking in terms of that snowfall. Now, folks up in Bellefontaine, Kenton, even Marysville, may see a few flurries throughout the day on Sunday into Monday, but really not expecting very much to accumulate here. You might have a dusting, if that, especially in the Marysville area. Delaware, you're on that cusp where you could see 1 to 2 inches of snowfall. I'd say folks in Hilliard, even London, Grove City, 1 to 2 inches, you're in that range. But as we get a bit closer towards parts of downtown Columbus, even stretching through Bexley, headed off to the eastern side of the city, that's where we have that 2 to 4 range. So that's what we're going with throughout the day. Sunday night into Monday is 2 to 4 inches of snowfall here throughout the metro area. And again, that 4 inches is really going to be on the eastern side of the area. Heading down to about Lancaster or Newark, you are expecting to see a bit more. Even back through Zanesville, I'd say a bit closer towards 4 to 6 inches is possible for folks in the Newark, Lancaster area, and even Zanesville, you might see a bit more. And for folks closer to that Pennsylvania border, we are expecting a good amount of snowfall for them. They could see snow upwards of 8 to even a foot of snowfall. But again, that's far off eastern Ohio, closer to the Pennsylvania border. So some folks really are going to have to get out the shovel. Some folks are going to have to get out the plow, or at least make sure it's working in their neighborhood. All right, we have a few people on here. Debbie says, not much for Columbus. Well, we really haven't seen too much the past couple months in terms of that snowfall. We had a trace amount here to kick off December, but I think it definitely will be a shock to some folks as they head into Monday morning with the amount that we get. I'd say 2 to 4 definitely going to be on the realm of possibility here in Columbus. Frank says, I love the snow, just not the work associated with it. That's when you have a neighbor or someone that you really like that maybe could help you out and help you do a little bit of shoveling. We have some folks watching from Florida. Probably wish that we had that Florida weather there. Carrie says Athens 6 to 12. It is very possible for folks down in that Athens area, I'd say, to be closer towards that 6 inches of snow frame. Again, if we see these models shift a little bit more to the east, to the west, so we could notice these snowfall accumulations move a little bit. But right now we're pretty on track for what we're seeing here in terms of that. Again, McConnellsville, you're going to be in that range. I'd say 4 to maybe even on the edge of 6 inches. You could see a few isolated spots a little bit more than that, but again, Newark, Lancaster, even down through Chillicothe, we're saying 4 to 6 inches for you down there. All right. Sarah says, no snow for us in Dayton or Springfield. I really think some folks in Dayton maybe not even really going to see much. You may see a few flurries throughout the day out that far west, not really expecting to see that. Doreen says, people in Ohio freak out when they hear snow. I think, you know, some people are just getting a little bit excited. It is nice to see, but after it lasts past the 24 hours, I think all of us are ready to be done with it. Oh, hi, Adam, watching from Northern Kentucky. Thank you for joining. Chillicothe 4 to 6. Again, don't want you to kind of really hone in on these models because they could change in the next 24 hours. But yeah, I will say Chillicothe, I'd say it's very possible to be closer towards that 4 inches of snowfall come Monday morning. Donna says Springfield is out of the loop again. Yeah, not really expecting much snowfall there. Carla says stay south for now. Yeah. Kyle wants snowfall. Why can't Central Ohio ever get 6 to 12 inches of snowfall? You know, we have seen events like that. Right now, we are expecting some snow, so at least it'll be white out there in some spots come Monday morning. And thankfully, a lot of folks, most people, are actually going to be off on Monday for the holiday, so thankfully, you can kind of stay off the roadways there. I do want to give you a better look at the day tomorrow because, again, this is going to be an evening event where we'll see most of this fall when that sun sets, so it'll be dark out there as we're seeing some of that snowfall. We'll start to notice that move in. I'd say closer towards 4 o'clock. Again, that's for folks in southeast Ohio. And again, I put that wintry mix icon because if temperatures are right around the above freezing mark, we could see a bit of that wintry mix move in. And then throughout the first half of the day, it is just going to be cold and actually see some clearing out there. I want to talk about that timing yet again. So as we head into the day on Sunday afternoon, if you are closer to the Athens area, I'd say by the afternoon hours, just be weather aware. Make sure you're inside. Have all those outdoor chores done because we could start to see some of that snow moving in as early as 1 o'clock. Here in central Ohio, that's going to be a little bit closer to 6 o'clock. But again, for folks out in Zanesville, you might start to notice that as early as 4 o'clock in the evening. And then it's going to become a little bit later to the farther north. I'd say folks in Mansfield probably a bit closer towards that 8, 9 o'clock time frame. And here's my forecast, I guess you could say, kind of just looking out across the state. Again, if you are in that northwestern quadrant, really not expecting much, a trace amount. And then here in the Columbus metro area, 2 to 4 inches. Again, 4 inches, remember, is going to be on that eastern side of the state, and then 4 to 6 for folks, and we could see a bit more as you head a bit closer towards the Pennsylvania, West Virginia border. That's where we are expecting some amounts to be over that 6 inches of snowfall. Becca says, what about wind? So yeah, we're actually going to notice the winds pick up on Monday, so we could notice a few of those snow piles blow around. You really want to be weather aware if you did have to do any traveling Monday throughout the day, because we're expecting some gusts to reach 20, maybe 25 miles per hour. So Monday is going to be pretty breezy out there. Not only will it make it really feel cold, we're expecting a wind chill on Monday, but it is going to blow around some of that snow, so it could make it difficult for a bit of cleanup. Natalie is offering sleigh rides. I mean, that's perfect for this time of year, perfect for that weather. I'll be over there. Ed says, it's safe to say if you're in Ohio, you may get anywhere between 1 to 6 inches. You could say that. It just all depends on where you are. Right now, this storm system is really favoring the eastern side of the state as that low pressure moves off to the east. So this is the area that's really going to see the highest impacts. That's where we have a few of those warnings already in place, because those are the areas that are expecting the significant snowfall. And then, of course, as you kind of get away from that system, that's when we are expecting those snow totals to dwindle. Dora says, not a fan of the snow. Any chance of ice in Athens area, says Debbie. We are expecting the chance for a bit of that sleet to start. I'd say in the early afternoon, late evening on Sunday. Again, really not expecting a lot of that to cause too many issues, but you could see a quick changeover before that snow does move into your area. Lon says he's hoping for snow in West Jefferson. And then we have a few folks saying, I'm staying home on Monday. That's good. It's a good day to maybe make those favorite recipes that you have, binge watch some shows, because we are expecting that to move back in. I want to give you guys another look at some of our snowfall totals. So I'm going to step away and move that graphic real quick. We'll kind of get that closer view on the snow accumulation that we're expecting before we get to that extended look. And again, we'll have a new run of models come in late tonight, so make sure you join us after the game. We'll be on after right around 11 o'clock after that game wraps up to be here to talk about those latest models, the latest runs that we're getting in. Bob says, rather have snow than ice. Ugh, I agree. And you know, I do think this will be kind of pretty out there for some folks to see, at least waking up Monday. So again, we are expecting trace amounts in Marysville, even stretching up through Marion, Kenton, Bellefontaine. Delaware area, I'd say 1 to 2 inches is definitely possible for you. Here in Columbus, it really depends how what side of the city you're on. If you're closer towards the Hillier, Dublin area, I'd say closer towards 2 inches of snow, very possible. And then as we continue closer towards Bexley, even stretching out through folks closer towards the east side of Columbus, we are looking closer to that 2 to 4 inch time, 2 to 4 inch of snow by Monday morning. Newark, Lancaster, you are going to be a bit closer towards that 4 inches of snowfall, and then we'll see that amount continue to increase as you head off to the east. Zanesville, it is possible to see upwards of 6 inches of snow. Right now, I'd see you're a little bit closer towards that 4 to 6, but again, we'll continue to keep you updated along the way. And then just a quick peek at our extended forecast. You could see that snow will continue to move in late Sunday into early Monday before we have a little bit of a warm up on Wednesday. Cold again by the end of the week. And if you can, join us here after the game. We'll have another update, a look at the models, and you can always continue to find that forecast online. But hopefully you stay safe out there. Keep updated the forecast, because we will notice a few minor changes, and get ready for some snowfall across the area. Thanks for joining.